So, dear students, so today we will discuss the differentiation of differentiation. Actually, the name of the chapter is continuity and differentiation. So, continuity we will discuss in the next class. So, we will start with the differentiation and differentiation. So, here is the few basic formula of the differentiation. Okay, so first try to learn this formula and we will apply two methods, that is product rule and quotient rule, and then we are able to solve the question of differentiation. So here d by dx means the derivative of c. C stand for constant. So differentiation of constant term is always means, for example, the example is suppose find the derivative of 4. So the derivative of 4 will be 0 because 4 is constant, right? In general, except x and y, all the letters are coming constant. Consider as constant. Why? Because y represent the function, y is equals to fx, and we are differentiating the function in with respect to x. So y and x will not be considered as constant. Okay. So dy by dx of constant, that is equals to 0. And d by of dx x derivative, this is 1, right? And d by dx of x raised to power n, this is n times x to the power n minus 1. So by applying this formula, okay, the question is find the derivative of say x to the power 4. So we will write 4 into x to the power 3. How? N is 4, then 4 into x to the power n minus 1, 4 minus 1, that is 3. So we can directly write x derivative of x to the power 4 is 4x cube. Similarly, the derivative of x to the power say 100. So what we will write? 100 into x to the power 99 by applying this identity. Okay. Now the derivative of a to the power x, a is any constant and the power is x, so it will be a to the power x log a, and the derivative of e to the d by dx of exponential function e to the power x, that is e to the power x, and the derivative of d by dx of log x. So the derivative of log x is 1 by x. Derivative of log x will be 1 by x. And after that, then the next formula on the basis of this, कि suppose the question is d by dx of 1 by x. Okay, d by dx of 1 by x. So this can be written as minus 1 upon x square, right? What I have did? See, d by dx of 1 by x can be written as d by dx of x raised to minus 1. And now apply this d by dx of x to the power n. So minus 1 into x to the power n minus 1 minus 1 minus 1. So minus 1 into x to the power minus 2. So this is minus 1 upon x square. Means what I mean to say, if the variable, this is in denominator, so put the minus sign with this power and in the denominator add one more power. Just say for example, the derivative of d by dx of 1 upon x to the power 5, Yeah, x to the power 6. So we will write minus 6 upon x raised to 7. Right? Very simple technique. D by dx of 1 upon x to the power 10. So this will be minus 10 divided by x to the power 11. Right? Got it? Now similarly, in the case of d by dx of root x, in the case of root, so this I will write 1 upon twice of root over x. Now see again how it is coming twice of root over x. How it is coming twice of root over x? Because see, the derivative of d by dx of root x means d by dx of this is x to the power 1 by 2. And now apply this identity. So this is 1 by 2 x to the power 1 by 2 minus 1. So it is 1 by 2 x raised to the power minus 1 by 2. So it is 1 by 2 and this is will be the positive x to the power 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 root over x. Right? So whenever the question is given in the form of root, this can be written as 1 upon twice of this root function. Whatever the function is this. Right? Apart from this, derivative of sine x, d by dx of, now we are coming to the trigonometry, d by dx of sine x, that is cos x, and d by dx of cos x, this is minus sine x, and d by dx of tan x, the derivative of tan x, this is secant square x, and d by dx of cot x, the derivative of cos is minus cosecant square x, right? And d by dx of the derivative of d by dx of sec x, this is equals to, this is equals to this is d by dx of secant x, that is equals to secant x into tan x, and d by dx of cosecant x, this is equals to minus cosecant x into cot x, right? So how many formula I have written so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And 6 more I will write. Okay. The derivative of d by dx of sine inverse x. This is 1 upon root over 1 minus x square. And d by dx of cos inverse x. This will be minus 1 upon root 1 minus x square. And derivative of d by dx of tan inverse x. This is 1 upon 1 plus x square. And derivative of cot inverse x. So this will be minus 1 upon 1 plus x square. And d by dx of sec inverse x. This is 1 upon x into root over x square minus 1 upon x into root over root over root over x square minus 1. X into root over x square minus 1. And the derivative of cosecant inverse x, d by dx of cosecant inverse x. This will be minus 1 upon x into root 1 minus x square. So these are the 20 formula. If you learn this formula, okay, then your calculation, your solution will be very easy. So the derivative of constant 0, the derivative of x1, derivative of x to the power n minus 1, n into x to the power n minus 1. So this side is algebraic formula. Okay, this side is trigonometric and this is inverse. Okay, so all the formula I have written, and now we will discuss the two rules. Okay, Okay, the rules of differentiation. Rules of differentiation, right? The rules of differentiation. So there are two rules, that is product rules and quotient rules. Quotient rules. If we try to understand these product rules and quotient rules, if both the rules are clear to you, then we can simplify the exercise very easily, right? So in the product rule means, okay, let fx and gx are the two functions. Fx and gx are the two functions, means the d by dx of fx into gx, right? So what we have to do, so put this function as first and put this function as second, right? So the product rule says the first into derivative of second plus second into derivative of first, right? This is the product rule. Okay, this is the product rule. Okay, first into derivative of second function plus second into derivative of first function. Suppose there are three functions are given. Okay, first function, second function and third function, and we have to find the derivative of this first, second, third. So what we have to do is either we may start from first, second or third. So anyhow, so I am taking first into second and derivative of third plus then first into third and derivative of second plus second into third and derivative of first. So in this way we can apply the product rule if there are three functions in the form of multiplication, right? Now we will discuss the quotient rule. Quotient rule means it is applicable when the quotient is in the form of fraction, means numerator and denominator. So suppose the function is fx is or it is given fx upon gx, right? This is the numerator and denominator, fx upon gx. So d by dx of means the derivative, d means derivative, dx means with respect to x, and d by dx of fx upon gx. So as per the quotient rule, what is the rule? So we will try to understand with this because this is numerator and this is denominator. So the rule says denominator into derivative of numerator and minus numerator into derivative of denominator divided by denominator square, divided by denominator square. This is the rule, right? Denominator into derivative of numerator and minus numerator derivative of denominator upon derivative of square. Okay. So on the basis of this question, okay, now suppose the question is fx is equals to sine 2x and here fx is equals to sine square 2x. Okay, and one more question I am taking, fx is equals to sine x square, right? So see, there are three types of question I am taking. Fx is equals to sine 2x. Now the derivative means first we will write differentiate with respect to x on both the sides, or Either we can write d by dx f dash x or y1 or y2. Okay, so we can write this dy by dx, or we can write f dash x, or we can write y1, okay, or we can write y dash, like this. So these are the symbols. So symbols will be given accordingly. If it is given in this form dy by fx, then we will write f dash x. If y it is given, then dy by dx or y1 or y dash. Okay, so this is as per the condition of the question. So anyhow, so I will take the questions of product rule and quotient rule as well also, but here we will discuss first these three examples. Okay, first example I have taken fx is equals to sine 2x. Then second, fx is equals to, or y is equals to sine square 2x, and this is the third one, sine x square. See the differences. So differentiate with respect to x on both sides, right? So fx means f dash x. So first of all we will differentiate the trigonometrical ratios, and then we will differentiate angle. Okay, so the derivative of sine theta, d by dx of sine x, that is equals to cos x, and what is x? That is 2x. Then what is left? Now we have differentiate these trigonometrical ratios. Now this is left. So d by dx of 2x. So the derivative of 2x means 2. Okay, just remember it, don't apply the product rule here, otherwise it will be too lengthy. Just remember this point, if the constant is coming with variable x, then constant will be remain. So 2x means that 2 will be remain as it is, and the derivative of x is 1. So 2 into 1. So I am writing 2 of cos 2x, because the derivative of d by dx is 2 into 1. So that's why I have written here. So this is the final answer of f dash x is equals to 2 cos 2x, right? Now here y is equals to means differentiate with respect to x on both sides. Okay, so y means dy by dx. Now here it is in power. So whenever the question is given in the power, first we will differentiate power, right? By applying x to the power n means n into x to the power n minus 1. So this will be 2 into, okay, or write one thing, dy by dx of y. So this is d by dx of sine square 2x, and the derivative of square, this will be 2 sine x, okay, and 2 sine square 2x, not x, 2 sine square 2 sine 2x, okay, and now d by dx of sine 2x, not a square, because a square we have did 2 into n into x to the power n minus 1. What is x? Sine 2x. So 2 into sine 2x, and now d by dx of sine 2x, sine theta. So d twice of sine 2x, and the derivative of sine 2x is cos 2x, and now what is left? The derivative of 2x. So finally the 2x will be 2. Okay, so 2x will be 2. So this will be 2 into 2 sine 2x into cos 2x into cos 2x and into 2. So this is the identity of 2 sine theta into cos theta sine 2 theta. So twice of sine 2x. This is the final answer of this question, right? Okay, now fx is equals to sine x square. So what about f dash x? Means the derivative of d by dx of sine x square. So here first we will apply this trigonometrical ratios of sine theta, that is cos theta cos x square, and what is left? D by dx of x square. So x square derivative means 2x. So 2x into cos x square, and this is the answer of this function, right? So keeping this, come to the exercise questions. Okay. If the question is sine square sine of x square plus 5, this is the question. So first of all we will write, let y is equals to sine of x square plus 5, and now differentiate with respect to x on both sides. Okay, so dy by dx is equals to d by dx of sine x square plus 5. Okay, so derivative of sine theta, this angle is theta, so sine theta is cos theta, so theta will be x square plus 5, and then d by dx of x square plus 5. So this is cos x square plus 5, and the derivative of x square, that is 2x, and this plus 5 constant, so the derivative will be 0, and this is the answer of this question, right? Now the next question is, okay, the function y is equals to, say, sine of cos x, sine of cos x, or cos of sine x, whatever it is, cos of cos side x, right? Suppose this is the question. Question number 2, I am taking y is equals to cos of cos into sine x, means theta is sine x. So differentiate with respect to x. So dy by dx is equals to d by dx of cos theta, and theta is sine x. So first we will differentiate the cos theta. The derivative of cos theta is minus sine theta. So minus sine and theta is sine x. Now what is left? D by dx of sine x. So the derivative of sine x is cos x. So the final answer is minus cos x into sine of sine x, and this is the final answer of this question, right? Now I am taking the question of product rule. Okay, or one more question I would like to take, then we will go to the product rule and quotient rule. Sec tan root x, sec of tan root x. Okay, sec of tan root x. It is written like this, sec theta. Okay, sec of tan root x. This is the question. Okay, so let y is equals to sec of tan root x. Okay, so this means it is theta, sec theta. This represents theta. So dy by dx is equals to d by dx of sec and tan of root x, right? So the derivative of sec theta is sec theta into tan theta. So theta is sec tan of root x, sec theta into tan theta, tan of tan root x. Okay, this is the derivative of sec theta into tan theta, and into d by dx of tan of root x. So finally this is sec tan of root x into tan of tan root x, and now derivative of tan theta, that will be secant square theta, and theta is root x. Then what is left? D by dx of root x, right? This is chain rule. So final answer is sec into tan of root x into tan of tan root x into secant square root x, and the derivative of root x is twice of root x. So this should be the answer of this question, right? Now I am coming to the question of based on quotient rule, right? Question based on quotient rule. Question based on quotient rule. Quotient rule. Okay. Quotient rule. So the question is sin ax plus b upon cos cx plus d. This is the question. Okay, sin. So this question is in the form of fraction. So we will apply quotient rule. So say it is y. So dy by dx is equals to d by dx of sin ax plus b divided by cos of cx plus d. Okay. So apply the quotient rule, means denominator cos cx plus d into d by dx of numerator. Numerator means sin ax plus b, and minus numerator sin ax plus b and d by dx of denominator cos cx plus d divided by denominator square, so cos square cx plus d. Okay, apply the quotient rule. Denominator into derivative of numerator minus numerator derivative of denominator. So cos cx plus d derivative of sin theta, that will be cos theta. So theta is ax plus b, and now what is left? D by dx of ax plus b, and minus sin theta sin ax plus b, and the derivative of cos theta, this is minus sin theta, so cx plus d, and what is left? Derivative of cx plus d, this is left, divided by then cos square cx plus d. So finally this is cos of cx plus d and cos theta cos of ax plus b, and the derivative of ax, that will be a into 1, right? A into 1 means a, and the derivative of b, this is constant, so it will be plus 0, so no need to write, and minus sine of ax plus b, and this minus plus we can write here, and sine of cx plus d, and the derivative of cx will be c and d will be 0, divided by, okay, cos square cx plus d, and now apply the separation property. So by applying the separation property, this will be cos cx plus d into cos ax plus b and into a, right, divided by cos square cx plus d, okay, and then plus c into sine of ax plus b into sine of cx plus d divided by cos square cx plus d. Okay. So this cos of cx plus cos theta, and we square this, we cancel out. So what is left? Finally it is 1 by cos theta, that is sin sec theta. So a into sec cx plus d into cos of ax plus b. Okay. And plus c into, so sine of ax plus b. Okay. And sine by cos tan theta, and 1 by cos sec theta. So this can be written as tan of cx plus d into 1 by cos sec of cx plus d, and this is the final answer of your question, right? By applying the separation rule. Okay. Now come to the derivative of inverse trigonometric function. Derivative of inverse trigonometric function. Derivative of, but before that, I think the derivative of implicit function. Derivative of implicit function. Implicit function. Okay. So implicit function, what does it mean by implicit and explicit? So if the question is, suppose it is given that x square plus y is equals to 2xy. So this type of function is called implicit function, right? And the question is given y is equals to x square plus 2x and minus 5. This is called explicit function. This is explicit. Okay, explicit function. And this is implicit function, right? So whatever the function is explicit or the function is implicit, we have to differentiate on both the sides. Okay. So in this case, the question is, suppose 2x plus 3y is equals to sine x, right? Plus sine x. So differentiate with respect to x on both sides, because the function is implicit function. There is x, y and sine x. So the derivative of d by dx of 2x plus derivative of d by dx of 3y and derivative of sine x. So the derivative of 2x, that will be 2 into 1, 2, and plus the derivative of y means dy by dx, and the derivative of sine x, that is cos x, and we have to find the value of dy by dx. So 3 dy by dx is equals to cos x minus 2. So finally dy by dx is equals to cos x minus 2 and divided by 3. So this is the value of this derivative function. Or we may take, suppose the question is ax plus by square is equals to cos y. Ax plus by square is equals to cos y. So again, differentiate with respect to x on both sides. Okay. So d by dx of ax and plus d by dx of by square and d by dx of cos y. So d by dx of ax means a, and the plus, the b is constant, and the derivative of y square 2y into dy by dx, because first we will derivative of power, okay, by applying derivative of x to the power in formula. So it will be 2y into dy by dx, and the derivative of cos theta minus sin theta, so minus sin y, and here y is left, so dy by dx. Okay, now do the like terms. So if we will do the like terms, then sine y and plus 2by, and now I am taking dy by dx as common. We have transferred this side and then taken dy by dx as common, and this is minus a. So finally dy by dx is equals to minus a upon sine y and plus 2by. This is the final answer of this question, right? Okay, one more question I will take. If the question says x square not a square, x cube plus x square y plus xy square and plus y cube is equals to 81. Suppose this is the question, right? So differentiate with respect to x on both sides. So d by dx of x cube plus d by dx of x square y plus d by dx of xy square and plus d by dx of y cube is equals to d by dx of 81. Okay. So d by dx of x cube means x to the power n means n into x to the power n minus 1. So can we write 3x to the power 2? Okay. And here we will apply the product rule. So x square and y means dy by dx and plus y into derivative of x square means 2x, right? So I am writing directly plus again apply the product rule here, xy square. So x into y square means 2y and dy by dx and plus y square into derivative of x is 1 and plus d by dx of y cube means 3y square and dy by dx is equals to 0. Okay. So the here is dy by dx, here is dy by dx, here is dy by dx, take as common. So this is 3x square plus 2xy plus y square. Okay, keep it in 1 and plus take dy by dx is common. So this is x square plus 2xy and plus 3y square and dy by dx is equals to 0. Now transfer this to the right hand side. So x square plus 2xy plus 3y square into dy by dx is equals to minus of 3x square plus 2xy plus y square. So hence finally dy by dx is equals to minus 3x square plus 2xy and plus y square and divided by x square plus 2xy plus 3y square, and this is the answer of this question. Okay. So next question I am taking sin square x plus cos square y. Sin square x plus cos square y is equals to 1. Okay, this is another type of question. Then differentiating with respect to x on both the sides. So d by dx of sin square x and plus d by dx of cos square y. Okay, and d by dx of 1. So d by dx of sin square x means first power, then 2 sin x, and the derivative of sin x, that is cos x, and plus the derivative of cos square y, this is 2 cos y, and the derivative of cos y minus sin y, and the y will be dy by dx, and here is the constant term, so it is 0. Okay, so 2 sin x into cos x. Okay, so we can write 2 sin x into cos x. So can we write sin 2x? This is the identity of 2 sin theta cos theta, and plus minus minus, so transfer this side. So this will be equal to sin 2y into dy by dx. Okay, because here is plus, here is minus, so plus minus minus, and now we will transfer minus to right hand side. So finally dy by dx is equals to, what will be the value of dy by dx? So sin 2x divided by sin 2y, and this is the answer of this question, right? So now I will take the question based on inverse derivative of inverse trigonometric function. Derivative of inverse trigonometric functions, right? Derivative of inverse trigonometric function. So in the inverse, don't apply the inverse formula, otherwise it will be too lengthy. So we will suppose, what we will suppose the question is y is equals to sine inverse 2x upon 1 plus x square. This is the question, right? So we will let x is equals to tan theta. Okay, so y is equals to sine inverse, then it will be 2 tan theta upon 1 plus tan square theta, right? And this is the identity of sine inverse sine 2 theta. Am I right? 2 tan theta upon 1 plus tan square theta, that is equals to sine 2 theta. And we have already read that sine inverse sine theta is equals to theta. So theta is y is equals to simply 2 theta, right? Now get the value of theta from here. So therefore theta is equals to tan inverse. Therefore theta is equals to tan inverse x. So this is y is equals to 2 tan inverse x. And now differentiate with respect to x on both sides. Okay, so when you will differentiate with respect to x on both sides, so y means dy by dx, and 2 the derivative of tan inverse, that is 1 upon 1 plus x square. So this is 1 plus x square, and this is the answer of this type of question, inverse trigonometric function. Okay, another question, y is equals to tan 3x minus x cube upon 1 minus 3x square. 1 minus 3x square. This is the question, right? So here let x is equals to again tan theta. So y is equals to tan of 3 tan theta minus tan cube theta divided by 1 minus 3 tan square theta, and this is equals to 3 tan theta minus tan cube theta upon 1 minus 3 tan square theta, that is equals to tan 3 theta. So tan inverse tan 3 theta, and tan inverse tan theta means theta, so it will be 3 theta. This is the value of y, and therefore the theta will be equal to theta will be equal to, hence x is equals to tan theta, so theta will be equals to tan inverse x. Okay, theta is tan inverse x. So this y is equals to 3 tan inverse x. So therefore now differentiate. So dy by dx is equals to, the answer will be 3 upon 1 plus x square. है ना? Differentiate with respect to x on both sides. Okay. So the answer will be dy by dx is equals to 3 upon 1 plus x square. Okay. Now I am taking another question. Y is equals to cos inverse 1 minus x square upon 1 plus x square, right? So in this case, let x is equals to tan theta, so y is equals to cos inverse 1 minus tan square theta upon 1 plus tan square theta, right? So y is equals to cos inverse and 1 minus tan square theta upon 1 plus tan square theta, that is equals to cos 2 theta. So find cos inverse cos 2 theta, that is equals to 2 theta. So find the value of theta, therefore theta will be tan inverse x. So y is equals to 2 tan inverse x. So now differentiate on both sides. Differentiate with respect to x on both sides. Okay. So dy by dx is equals to 2 upon 1 plus x square. Okay. So after converting, applying the identity, it will be, differentiation will be easy, otherwise it will be lengthy. Okay. So another question I am taking, if y is equals to sine inverse of 1 minus x square, 1 minus x square upon 1 plus x square, right? So put x is equals to tan theta again here. So find the value of theta. Theta will be tan inverse x. So now this becomes y is equals to sine inverse 1 minus tan square theta divided by 1 plus tan square theta. Okay. And 1 minus tan square theta upon 1 plus tan square theta, that is equals to cos 2 theta, right? So sine inverse cos 2 theta, and the inverse is given in terms of sine. So we will convert this cos 2 theta in terms of sine. So y is equals to sine inverse, and this can be written as sine of pi by 2 minus 2 theta. And now apply sine inverse sine theta, that is equals to theta. So y is equals to pi by 2 minus 2 theta, and put the value of theta. So y is equals to pi by 2 minus 2 tan inverse x. And now differentiate with respect to x on both the sides. So dy by dx, that pi by 2 is a constant term, so the derivative will be 0. So 0 and minus 2, and tan inverse means 1 upon 1 plus x square. So the final answer is minus 2 upon 1 plus x square, right? So in this way, we will complete the derivative of inverse trigonometric function. Now exponential function, we are coming to exponential and logarithmic function. Questions based on exponential and logarithmic function. Question based on exponential and logarithmic function, right? We will take question based on this exponential function, and means I am talking about exercise 5.4, okay, of your book. So the first question is, question number 1 is e to the power x upon sin x. E to the power x upon sin x, right? So here is the exponential and this is trigonometric, but it is in the form of fraction. So first we will apply the quotient rule. Okay, so we will rewrite the question. Y is equals to e to the power x upon sin x. So d by dx of y is equals to d by dx of e to the power x upon sin x. Okay, and then apply the quotient rule. So what is, so this side dy upon dx, and the quotient rule means denominator sin x into d by dx of numerator and minus numerator e to the power x and d by dx of denominator. Denominator means, what is denominator? Denominator is sin x and divided by denominator square. So sin square x. Okay. So this is sin x and into the derivative of e to the power x remains same, e to the power x, and minus e to the power x and the derivative of sin x cos x and divided by sin square x. So maximum we can take e to the power x as common. So what is left? Sin x minus cos x divided by sin square x. So we can leave up to here. Okay. Now the second is what? Integration e to the power sin inverse x, right? This is the second question. E to the power sin inverse x. So y is equals to, this can be rewrite e to the power sin inverse x. So differentiate with respect to x. So I am writing now directly. Okay, the dy by dx, the derivative of y dy by dx, then the derivative of e to the power sin inverse x means e to the power sin inverse x, and lastly d by dx of sin inverse x. So finally it is e to the power sin inverse x divided by, and the derivative of sin inverse x is 1 upon root over 1 minus x square. So this is the answer of this question number 2. Okay. Then the third question is e to the power x cube. This is the question. E to the power x to the power 3. Okay. So y is equals to e to the power x to the power 3. So dy by dx is equals to e to the power x to the power 3, because the derivative of e to the power x remain same, and the derivative of what is left, x to the power 3, and x to the power 3 means 3x square and e to the power x to the power 3, and this is the final answer of this question, right? Then the fourth question that is sine of tan inverse e raised to x, right? E raised to minus x, not x, minus x. So y is equals to sine of tan inverse e raised to minus x. So this is our theta, sine theta, right? So dy by dx, differentiating both side by x with respect to x. So dy by dx, the derivative of sine theta, that is cos theta. So cos of tan inverse e raised to minus x. Okay, now what is left? The derivative of d by dx of tan inverse e raised to minus x. So this is cos of tan inverse e raised to minus x, and the derivative of tan inverse x, that is 1 upon 1 plus x square. So 1 upon 1 plus x square, what is x? E to the power minus x square means, okay, we can write like this, or e to the power minus 2x we can write. And now what is left? D by dx of e to the power minus x. So the final answer is e to the power x remains same, but here is minus sign. So minus cos of tan inverse e raised to minus x into e raised to minus x upon, okay, 1 plus on cos of tan inverse e raised to minus x into e to the power minus x upon 1 plus e to the power minus 2x. So we may leave up to here. Okay. So the next, in the case of log, next question, log of cos e to the power x. This is the question. So y is equals to log of cos e to the power x. So dy by dx is equals to log x means 1 upon cos of e to the power x. And what is left? D by dx of cos into e to the power x. So this is 1 upon cos e to the power x. Okay. And dy by derivative of cos theta, that is minus sine theta. So minus sine e to the power x. And what is left? D by dx of e to the power x. So minus sine theta upon cos theta, that means minus tan theta, we can write minus tan of e to the power x and into e to the power x, because the derivative of e to the power x remain same. So this should be the answer. Okay. Now I am taking the another question of based on log. So log of log x, log of log x, right? Suppose this is the question. Y is equals to, y is equals, question is y is equals to log of log x. Okay. So dy by dx, dy by dx is equals to this log means 1 upon log x for this log, and into derivative of this log x, and the derivative of log x, that is 1 by x. Okay. The derivative of log x is 1 by x. So this is 1 by x log x. Okay. Then next question is on the basis of this log. This is cos x upon log x. Y is equals to cos x upon log x. So here we will apply the which rule? Quotient rule. So dy by dx is equals to denominator log x into d by dx of cos x, and minus cos x into d by dx of log x divided by denominator square log x का whole square. So this is log x and the derivative of cos x minus sin x, and minus cos x and derivative of log x 1 by x divided by log x whole square. Now take x's LCM. So this will be equal to minus x log x into sin x and minus cos x upon x into log x whole square, and this is the answer of question number 9. Okay, now one more question I'd like to take, question number 10th question. Okay, the 10th question, and the question is cos of log x plus e to the power x, means the question is mixed with the logarithmic function and as well as exponential function. So anyhow, y is equals to cos of log x plus e to the power x. So dy by dx is equals to the derivative of cos theta, that is minus sine theta, so minus sine of log x plus e to the power x. Okay, and what is left into d by dx of log x plus e to the power x. So finally it is minus sine and log x plus e to the power x, and the derivative of log x, as we read earlier, that is 1 by x, and the derivative of e to the power x, that is e to the power x. So we can leave the answer here only because no further solution. Okay, so this is all about your logarithmic and exponential function, and I hope we will meet you in the next class with the next topic. Thank you.